You might know Oscar winner Susan Sarandon. She was speaking at an event in Barcelona. She's been incredibly supportive. Excuse me. She's been incredibly supportive of Palestine, and she's been speaking at an event in Barcelona where she just flat out says she hasn't been able to get any really significant jobs, roles in acting because of her support of Palestine, especially not in Hollywood. And she calls it all out. So and she was also fired from her agency, by the way. So take a listen to this and let's talk about it.
The very first November, I was fired by my agency, specifically for marching and speaking out about Gaza, for asking for a ceasefire. And it became impossible for me to even be on television. I don't know lately if
Crazy.
it's changed, but and I couldn't do any major film, anything connected with, Hollywood. I found agents ultimately in England and in Italy, and I have worked there. I just did a film in Italy, and I did a play at the Old Vic for a number of months. But I know that, this Italian director that just hired me, he was told not to hire me. So that's still recently. He didn't listen, but they had that conversation.
So I'm gonna
So
stop right there. And she's really done a lot for Palestine. Actually, I was part of the flotilla to Gaza last year, and I'm doing it again this year. And she was actually one of the people that she was part of the organization I was working with. She spoke out at the she spoke out, and she was part, and she was kind of speaking, I think, at one of the events for the flotilla. So she's been incredibly supportive of Palestine. And the reason I'm showing you guys this is because I want you to really understand just how much Hollywood is totally overrun by the pro-Israel mafia. They totally control Hollywood. Every single aspect of Hollywood they control. Melissa Barrera, the actress from the movie Scream, that was let go. Did you guys hear about this? It happened actually pretty soon when everything really started in 2023, 2024. Melissa Barrera was fired because of her also speaking out for what's going on, and she was fired from the movie Scream. I believe Scream 7 is it now that's coming out. And she was fired, and she's not going to be speaking there. Hollywood is especially pro-Israel. It's the honest truth of the matter is that, excuse me, it's just very disproportionately, demographically, it's just disproportionately Jewish Zionists. So there's just a massive support for Israel in it. And anybody that speaks up critical of Israel, well, what ends up happening is you don't get a job. You're not going to get those connections. That's just kind of how it is. That's just the honest truth of the matter. This would also be a great time to show my disclaimer here. Again, not intended to promote hate towards any group of people. I have to show this every single time I mention anything. Otherwise, my videos get demonetized. But ultimately, what's so interesting and what I love about her, no matter what, is that she was still willing, and she still does speak up. She also actually spoke up here as well about Spain as well. So let me go ahead and find this for you guys so you can listen. Pedro Sanchez actually ended up quoting her here. So take a listen to
food, the
this.
music, I'm very, 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 very happy to be here. First of all, I love Barcelona. Barcelona. The
I'm gonna
museums, the food,
speed
the
it up as well
music,
for you
the
guys.
industry, the actors. I just think Spain is doing an amazing job, and also, and I know this is going to make me cry, in a place where you feel repression and censorship. To see Spain and to see the president and what he says and what the support that he's giving about Gaza, and to have actors like Javier Bardem and come forward with such a strong voice is so important to us in the United States. I can't tell you, when you turn on the TV and you see how strong Spain is and how clear that you are morally about these issues, it makes you feel less alone. And
Yeah, no.
makes you feel
So she's great. She's really sweet, and she's just as authentic, honestly. If you meet her in person, so it was really cool to see that. And what I also wanted to say is I'm in Spain right now. I've been here for a little bit, and I'm doing some work here. So I've been here for about a week now. And what I will say is it's really nice to kind of be in a country, and you see a country where you could see how things look if your money and your taxpayer dollars aren't consistently going to war fighting in the Middle East. place. It's nice to see that. It's nice to kind of see all the amenities and everything that's offered when you're not consistently using your taxpayer dollars to fight Israel's wars. I think it's actually it's really remarkable, and it makes me think. The United States could be so much. The United States is such a beautiful country already. There's so much beauty in it. I love being an American. I really really do. I just think about how much nicer the United States could be if it wasn't completely occupied by Zionism. Ultimately, by Zionism, there's a Zionist takeover, and that Zionist takeover has destroyed America. It's really destroyed America. The national debt now is might already be at $40 trillion. If America did not support Israel, if America didn't support Israel, I can promise you our national debt would be closer to probably like 29, 28 trillion, subtracting all of the wars that we fought in the Middle East, all the war on terror, the war in Iraq, plus the interests on that war, and the interest alone on the war and terror is starting to add up to massive, massive amounts. So if you do all of that and you just remove, 8 trillion here, just a few trillion there for all of the wars in the Middle East that America has fought at the behest of Israel, our economy would be better. All of that money, the infrastructure, like there's so much. Imagine where that money could have went. Imagine where it could have went, and instead it's went to what? Give free healthcare to Israelis. It's went to give M16 rifles to Israelis in the occupied West Bank to shoot Palestinians for fun. And that's all it went. It could have went to our infrastructure. It could have went to so many other places, but instead it's went to the benefit of a project in the Middle East. America's greatest ally. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting when you think about it. So it's nice to see people speaking up. It's really nice to see people speaking up. And what's nice is that I think it's important that Americans especially know this, because when they know this, then they could recognize, oh, wait, things could be different for Americans too. We don't need to actually have our country ran by a foreign country. It doesn't make sense. Maybe it's actually not good for America. Maybe actually America's greatest ally is actually America's greatest parasite, America's greatest liability, and maybe we don't actually need to play this game. I think people are starting to wake up. People are already starting to recognize that. I think it's great. It's really nice to see that. And we really just have to keep pushing it. We really have to keep pushing it. And when it comes to Hollywood, too, this entire Hollywood takeover of Israel, I mean, the greatest perfect example of this is what just happened today. David Ellison basically runs now all of mainstream media. Paramount bought Warner Bros. Discovery. Everything, every single aspect of mainstream media now is ran by one person, David Ellison, and his father, Larry Ellison, who's also one of the largest shareholders to TikTok now. So all of mainstream U.S. media, all of Hollywood is bought out by basically two people, David Ellison and his father, the largest private donor to the IDF. Larry Ellison's net worth is always kind of teetering between number one and number two with Elon Musk. Those people, the guy who says he wants to monitor everything you do and digitize all of your data for predictive policing, that's the guy that now runs all of Hollywood, all of mainstream media, all of it. So we'll see how things unfold moving forward. If you found this video interesting, guys, I'd appreciate it if you click the subscribe button below and give it a thumbs up as well. Also, if you want to join as a member, I do member-only videos every single day, and it really does help me support my channel and allow me to do this for you guys as a full-time job. So you can click the join button below to join as a member and see those videos as well. Otherwise, I'll see you guys